Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Kuro Games is back at it again with another Resonator showcase. And it looks like this one is going to be for Phrolova, who's arriving in version 2.5. And if previous showcases are anything to take note of, Kuro Games is putting a lot of effort into like that whole sort of like 2D to 3D art, that sort of animation, and they've made these showcases an absolute delight. And this one in particular is about 1 minute and 58 seconds long. That's pretty damn good in terms of showcases. So let's go ahead and see what these guys have prepared. Alrighty. So right off of the rip, pause unintended, they are putting in some crazy, once again, crazy 2D quality when it comes to how they're doing these animations beforehand. I've been telling people since the dawn of time at this point that Kuro Games needs to start getting into anime, because whatever in-house studio they have, or maybe it's like commissioned or something, it's been consistent and it's been really, really damn good. All right, she's got some opera going, some conducting going, and okay, pause. Nah, you can't be doing whatever you're doing over here, Kuro Games. There are already enough people in the fandom that are, have a bit of an unhealthy obsession to echoes. You are not doing that part of the fan base, or I guess you are doing that you are doing that part of the fan base some favors. But this is crazy. Nah, you gotta chill with that.
This dream hereafter shall rise no more.
Okay. That 2D to 2D transition, that is just...
This dream hereafter shall rise no more.
They're the masters of it at this point. I don't know who decided to have the bright idea of going from 2D animation to 2D animation, but whoever was involved, I thank you. Because this has been one of the best parts of pretty much every single Wuthering Waves trailer since maybe like... Was it like 2.1 or 2.2? Something along those lines. That's when they started doing this sort of style. And it has been popping off ever since. Alright. We got the Hecate. Joint combat.
You fall. We wither together. Be raised. Preparatory rites begin.
The fact that they're almost like doing a ballroom dance together as they're, completely eviscerating this room of enemies is kind of just poetic. I have to say that whoever choreographed a lot of the movesets that are going on over here, there's just a lot of like very noticeable movements that are happening. I mean, specifically, there's this one scene that I want to see over here.
Be raised.
It might be back here.
Be raised.
Yeah, right there. It's like moves like those that is going to catch the audience's eye. Great job making them this spotlight of the trailer over here, and probably in combat as well.
Begin.
Some great callback moves to the hologram. Yeah, this is, in a way, it's like unlocking the boss character after you've beaten it, because I know that there are plenty of people who have had some absolutely nightmarish times against Hecate and her hologram, and so I guess it's like, once again, Wuthering Waves is making the bosses a playable character. They did it with Cartithia, or Fleur-de-Lis, and now they're doing it with Hecate and Phrolova.
Whales rejoicing.
Okay. Oh my. Yeah, this is not something we typically see in combat showcases. I think Kuro is really going a bit out of the comfort zone when it comes to that type of content. Holy moly! What the hell is this?
Chant songs of old.
Oh my goodness. I love how they're incorporating Havoc Rover into the showcase to kind of like show off, and this part in specifics over here, where they transform into Crownless, and then you can immediately see the coordinated attacks that Hikari is going to perform, because that's like one of the big details about her kit, right? Every single time you use an Echo skill on a teammate while Phrolova is busy doing whatever she's doing up here, then you're going to end up triggering a coordinated attack from Hikari. And, actually seeing it put into play pretty well over here in the demonstration is pretty damn cool. Alrighty. Now we got some Arrow Rover action, too. A minute and 29 seconds in. That's when the combat showcase looks like it's ending. But now we've got a bit of a additional preview. Let's with the last 28 seconds, 29 seconds, let's see what the devs are cooking.
Death is near. Death is far. Only in an eternity freed from both life and death can that boundary dissolve.
Brother.
And then, sunsets will be no more.
Did she actually just get an outro for her showcase that is literally 1/4 of the entire runtime? I'm not gonna lie. Most people would call that aura farming to a degree. And I would have to agree with them. She has been a character, she's been a unit that has essentially been teased since version 1.0 of the game. She's been heavily featured across the story. And now, 1.5 years, or close to 1.5 years into launch, it seems like she's finally having her time to shine. What else does she have left?
Only when we awaken will true daybreak come.
All right, so we're definitely getting some clues in terms of like her characterization that we're going to have moving forward. If you've taken a look at things like her Resonator report, right, some of the news that Kuro Games has come out with, this whole motif of her, enjoying sunshine, enjoying peaceful times, that's actually something that's real. And so it is a bit of a interesting situation for her to be aligned with Fraxidus, knowing that they're, causing death and destruction and so on and so forth. But overall, I would say this trailer, this showcase was pretty damn fantastic. Just in terms of all the different things that it showed. Once again, the whole like ballroom dancing stuff, this specific action scene over here. Absolute cinema. Right? And so I'm excited to see how this character is going to function, the types of stuff that she's going to do in combat, because I think that she really fills in that role of like a very noticeable off-field attacker. A lot of the coordinated attacks, you think of like your Jejas, you think of like your Yinlins, you think of like your Cantarellas, they're kind of a bit more passive. Right, in terms of what they're actually bringing to the table. You see like a projectile or two, a lightning strike come down, that sort of stuff. And so us actually taking the time to see this very, aggressive sort of moveset, an active sort of boss, an enemy that we've been facing in holograms before, I think it's going to bring a lot of flavor to the combat. And it is something that I am really looking forward to. So yeah, that'll be that for this react. Let me know what you all think. Peace.